everybody, welcome on into another episode of VGE Film School. I'm your host, JDV. Okay, so the title of this show is Knowing When to Hold 'em and Knowing When to Fold 'em. And what I mean by that is making movies is an intensely time-crushing thing. Even if you're only making like a 5 or 10 minute short, it's going to eat up a huge chunk of your time, particularly if you've never really done it before. And you magnify that by 1,000 when you're actually making a full-length feature, or if you're doing what we're trying to do next, a multi-episode season, a full season of television shows. If you're going to be committing that much time and effort to a movie, you want to really be sure that you are that you like the project, that what you're making is something that hopefully you're going to be proud of, the end result, but also something that you can live with as you're making it and get through, and also something that you think you can finish. Now, I've been making movies since 1994, so it's a pretty long time at this point, and we've always finished every movie we actually went into production, full production, and started. And I'm very proud of that. So I've done dozens of short films and commercials, 5 full-length films. But just recently, as some viewers might remember, we were going to make a ghost movie called The Devil Screams at Midnight. And while we might still make that film, I've decided to kind of halt the production on it for now. For a variety of reasons, and it's not the first time that I've stopped something that we were this close. I mean, we were getting ready to cast it, and we had already done some location shooting. But one of the things that being in the biz for a while has taught me is that if something's not going to go, it's best to kill it right off the bat, then get a halfway or a third of the way through the movie, and then kind of have it fold up on you. On my last full-length film, Five Must Die, my brother, unfortunately, actually died during the making of it. And it threw everybody for a giant loop. We were able to finish it and get done, but it's only because of that kind of ethic, that no, once you start the movie, you finish the movie, and even if it takes you 6 years to finish the movie, you finish the dang movie. Even if your actor started off with a full head of hair and now he's bald, well, then you write it in line to explain it, but you finish the dang movie. But this episode is more about knowing when not to even start the movie in the first place. And for the movie that we were about to start in the fall of 2019, but then stopped, Devil Screams at Midnight. We had to stop because the script wasn't ready. We could not find a location for the house. We found some very great exteriors, but we couldn't really find a house that was suitable for the interiors, because we knew we were going to have to do a lot of gags, blood coming out of the walls, or wall sockets, people being thrown into walls, things of that nature. And we couldn't find a place that we could do it. I didn't want to shoot another movie in my house, and my wife really didn't want me to shoot another movie in the house. So I kind of ruled out my house. And if that's happened, if you lose your kind of prime location of shooting, be it a studio, be it at your house, someone in your family's house, or a friend or a producer or whatever, that's a pretty big negative to hit you for these small time independent films. But there are a host of other reasons why you might not want to make it. Like if you're going through a divorce, you probably don't want to start a movie right then. You might want to be writing a movie, but you probably don't want to actually start production. Likewise, if you are getting married and expecting a kid, that's probably not the time to roll into your first or second movie production. So you really do have to examine what's going on in your own life, what your own zest is for the project, and weigh that against how long is it going to take you to make this. And I would assure you that it's going to take a real long time if you're making a feature. A small company like this, for instance, I almost always do all the music, I do all the sound effects, I do a lot of the special effects, I do the editing, directing and all that. So that's a lot of work that I know I'm going to do. Now, not every project, I'm not doing all those things on every project, But if you're the director or executive producer of your movie, you better be ready to do everything, particularly if your production goes on and on and on, stretches out past a year, and a lot of times they do, then you have to be ready to jump in and do some of those things, because no one else is going to do them if you don't do them. So I guess I don't really have any kind of formula for knowing when you shouldn't make a movie, but just if it seems like, well, wait a minute, I wrote this movie when zombies were super, super hot, and now zombies are super, super not. Well, that could be reason alone. Or maybe, you were really you wanted really badly to make a zombie movie, but now time's gone by, I really don't want to do that at all. I want to do kind of like 18th century drama. Well, you have to be passionate about what you're going to make, because it is going to suck up a huge amount of your time. And more importantly, it's going to suck up a lot of other people's time. It's going to suck up a lot of money. So really know what you want to do, really have a huge passion to do it. And then if it seems like everything is there, then boom, go and start rolling. But once you start rolling, finish it no matter what. And it can be hard to know when to do that, but it's something that I had to do recently, and I'm glad we're putting the brakes on The Devil Screams at Midnight. It's just in part because I think that independent movies right now are really at a low point, which is weird because there's more of them out now than ever thanks to the advances in technology. But I just think the interest in full-length films as a whole has gone down. I mean, you're seeing major movie studios going belly up because they cannot make a 90-minute movie that people want to see. Look at Fox Studios. Even a company like Disney, put out a film like Rise of Skywalker that maybe won't break even. And that's a huge shift in how things have gone. Most people now, in my opinion, want to see shows. They want to be able to binge watch multiple episodes of something that's cool. And that's something that movies aren't, unless you can put out 3-hour-long movies and 3 of them in a row, kind of like Peter Jackson. But obviously, most independent filmmakers aren't going to be able to do that. So for me, giving up on our last project wasn't so much giving up, it's just knowing, wait a minute, I have such limited resources. I want to be passionate about it. And I wasn't really passionate about it. I just thought we could do it, and we could do it pretty quick. My experience is, if you go into a movie thinking that you're going to be able to knock it out quick, because, okay, here's your script, here's your actors, here's your location, let's go in there in 2 weeks and just knock it out. That's great if you can do that. But if you're getting the vibe of, wait a minute, we just lost the location, or gee, our main actor is gone, or, I thought I was going to be able to finish the script, but I only have 20 pages. Do not start that film. Do not start a film that you think is going to be a quick, easy, dirty, in and out kind of thing if you don't have all of the pieces there. And I mean all of them. I mean the sets, the actors, the script, all of it has to all be really there, because the hope for a happy accident is really unlikely. I mean, what's really more likely is that your 2 or 3 week project is going to stretch out into a year. And that is something that you want to try to avoid. I guess I'll wrap it up by saying, if it seems like things are going against the movie before the movie is even shot a frame, it might, just think, well, is this something I'm willing to slog through and get over the hump on some of this stuff because I'm really passionate about it? Or, I thought it was going to be a quick hit or something I can get in and out of and maybe make my reel out of. But, man, now I'm having second thoughts because the market's not there, my cast or location isn't there, the script isn't there, my own passion for the project isn't there. For any one of those reasons is enough to not start the film. But again, once you start it, then you finish it, personal life be damned. Okay, well, I know this is kind of a weird episode because I'm not really giving you any kind of techniques on how to make films. I'm just telling you when not to make them. But it is something that you should think about. It's kind of like if you're taking on a client. like a bridezilla if you're going to shoot a wedding. If the people are just awful to you when they're in your office or when you're meeting with them, maybe you don't take them unless they're paying you gobs of money, because maybe your life's time is worth money, even if nobody else thinks it is. I think it is. And so be real careful about what you give your life's time over to. Okay, anyway, thanks for watching this. Please like, subscribe, share, love each other, and until next time, mwah! Be sure to visit evilgeniusentertainment.com for exclusive content, swag, casting call news, and much, much more.